Today we're going to be working on Kit 8 of the Annie's Moroccan Tile Afghan Club. There's a total of 10 kits that you purchase in order to make this Afghan. I've been enjoying the process, and we're getting to the point where I'm beginning to get really excited about getting the process all wrapped up so I can finally have the Afghan. Hello, my name is Sig. This is Essential Crochet, and you, of course, are always welcomed here. If you're new to the channel, please help support us by subscribing, liking, and making a comment. For those of you who have already subscribed or comment on this channel, I'd like to just give you a warm thank you for doing that. Now, today's a kind of move along kind of a day. I'm in the process of another big project, and so I'm just taking a little bit of time out today in order to get this completed and out to you so as not to mess up the flow of when these videos drop or become available for you. So with all that said, let's just go ahead and get started. As mentioned before, this is Kit 8. There are 10 kits total. And so for those of you who haven't been following me, Kit 8 is going to consist of this cream border right here. And so, yeah, you can see right here on the back where the rest of the picture is washed out except for just what is going to be the border. So Kit 8 is going to be super simple, super fast. I don't even have to look at the instructions to know that, but we'll look at them anyways, of course. And of course, the skill level needed for this is just going to be beginner or ambitious beginner. And then with this section of the kit, I will let you know what I think of it. So for example, the tiles that we just finished, I would have definitely called them intermediate. I wouldn't have called them beginner at all. However, I think a beginner could do them, especially with the video tutorials, but it's not what I would have called a beginner or even an ambitious beginner level project. So we'll see what Kit 8 is, if that falls into this beginner or ambitious beginner level. Also, we're going to need a size I or 8/9 hook. For those of you who follow a metric system, it's going to be a 5.5 millimeter. And then you'll also want a tapestry needle just for weaving in your ends. The yarn this time around, they gave us 3 skeins of cream. So I've got 3 skeins of cream. And I'll probably use all of it. Also, in the past, or from the past kit, I had a skein of cream left and this little bit of a cake. So basically right now I'm working with a total of 4 skeins of the cream plus this little cake. So I'm pretty certain I've got plenty to work on this border, and we'll see what I have left over. I'm guessing I'm probably going to have enough left over to complete this Afghan with. So I'd be surprised if they sent me any more of the cream. So I think I'm just going to have to make what I have last. But now that I said that, I could totally be wrong, and we're just going to have to wait and see what that looks like. Next, we're going to get a skein of the evergreen. So I have my evergreen right here. And then also, I had a small cake worth of evergreen yarn as well. So we'll see how much I have left over. I believe, and I'm pretty certain this is it on the evergreen yarn that I will be getting. So this will certainly have to work to finish up my need for this. But I don't foresee me needing a lot of it at all. So if I need more than just what's here in this little cake, I think I'm going to actually be a bit surprised. And then the basil. So last kit, I couldn't tell through with the picture they gave me if it was a basil colored yarn I was going to be using this time around or if it was the pine cone. Looks like basil 1. Again, I have a cake of basil yarn left over from previous kits, and this is what they gave me in this kit. And just like with the evergreen, I will be surprised if I use more than what's in this cake right here. And I believe this is it. This is what I'm going to have left for, for my basil colorway. I don't think they'll be sending me any more of this according to the image that I see. Next, we're just going to move on to basically what this border looks like. So if you remember from last week, I worked all the way up onto this tile right here, and we combined the tiles and the last centerpiece that had been completed. And so everything from here, right here from this cream border that you see, this first cream border, all the way to this last cream border around is what I'm going to be working on for this kit. So I don't know that there's really a lot to say about it, except how quick it was for me, how easy or hard. The stitches look like something we've already explored earlier in this Afghan. So I'm just going to jump right into it and work this up, and then we'll discuss more. So I will reveal what this looks like in real time for you, and then I will give you my opinion on what I thought of the process, and then also discuss what I have left over for yarn. Looks like this is going to be a quick one this time around. So let's talk what I had left over in terms of yarn. So for the evergreen yarn, yeah, just what I thought. I only used a bit of what I already had in this little remnant from previous kits. And I have a whole skein left over. I don't suspect I'll be using this yarn again, but I'll put it aside just in case I happen to be wrong. Otherwise, these will make a great addition to my stash collection. And then the same exact thing with my basil colorway. So I just used yarn that I already had from previous kits. I didn't touch the new skein they sent me. I don't think I'll be using this again for this project. So again, this too will be a nice addition to the stash bag for some lovely scrap quilt or accent piece or for another project. Next, the cream. Okay, so I already had a full skein of cream and a remnant of a cake left over, and they gave me 3 skeins. I used all 3 skeins on this project, plus better than half of the cake. So this is what I have left. I know, or I'm pretty certain, no, actually, I know I will be using more cream in the future. So, of course, this is something I will definitely hold on to. Well, really, I'll hold on to all the colors until this blanket is finished. Then I'll be able to show you everything that I actually had left over. And then once that happens, I'm going to be happy to put whatever's left over into the stash. Because really, so far, there's a lot of the colors in this mix that I actually really like and will be happy to use again on a future project. Okay, so let's discuss the actual border itself. The border went very quickly. It was quite easy. The border itself was strictly a ambitious beginner level aspect to this Afghan. The only thing you'll need to pay attention to, which you've had to pay attention to this entire Afghan, is the count, right? It has a very specific count. Just make sure everything falls within that count and everything is going to lay out beautifully. It's going to work up fairly quickly. This aspect of the kits, Kit 8, was just an easy, no-brainer, relaxing kind of a segment. Okay, so now I'd just like to go ahead and thank everyone for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I look forward to seeing you again soon. But until then, just keep being your amazing selves, stay safe, and keep on keeping on. Bye-bye now. Have a great weekend.